a very thoughtful person, and which is I would just love to segment your responses to this because they're so well thought out to the lyrics in your songs because they're so bonehead in the most beautiful way, where it's like you're just like kind of unlocking something.
Oh
What
yeah.
are you kind of like the brainchild of Leather Lung? How did the whole band come about, and what was the goal?
It's definitely a collective effort, and part of that stems from the fact that at the core of this band, you have, me and Zach and Jesse, who started it off, and then Ben came into the fold shortly thereafter. Me, Jesse, and Ben, me and Zach have been friends. We grew up next door to one another. So, like I always like to say about us, we have memories but with each other before we can remember because our parents were literally pushing us around like in strollers together. So our our bond as a unit itself is like very friendship oriented. Is that how you say that word? Oriented? It's yeah. It's the core of it of our band is based around friendship before it's like dudes getting together for music. So that definitely affects our dynamic in a big way and just sort of like affects why we made the decisions we make. Everything is kind of thought of in that lens. So in terms of like brainchild, it was something that was started with me, Zach, and Jesse. Just in terms of we had a previous band that disbanded, and when we were trying to pick up the pieces from that falling apart, that's kind of how Leather Lung was born. We had a close friend of ours who introduced us to Ben, like a new drummer, and I was quickly like, okay, this dude is like one of our fucking boys. So that's how he came into the fold. And like I said with Greg, also huge friend before even any band connections like that. Um, in regards to like some specific elements, yes, I'll take credit for the fact that I do the lyrics. That's in terms of anything that's the brainchild of myself, that's the only thing I can take credit for is the lyrics. They get run by through, everybody is able to make an opinion on it, and they have a say on what's being said, or it gets I don't just like blindly do shit they don't find out day of the studio sort of thing. But in regards to specific questions around lyrics, I'm the one to ask for sure.
Oh yeah. Okay, I mean, yeah, just the general. What was the idea? Like, were you guys planning on being in a band that was gonna start taking off, and you wanted to get on a label, and you wanted to start playing shows around? What was the original idea, and why do you think it's gone on for? I mean, it's been a decent amount of time now. What?
Yeah, we're definitely, I think we're going 2024, I believe, marks 10 years since our first demo, and we started obviously, you know, a year and a half before that. I think in regards to like the motivation and everything, I just don't think we were done when our previous band um broke up. It was something that was a bit forced. Um and I think we all felt like we wanted to continue doing something. We still wanted to play music live. We still wanted to write heavy music. All of us had no intentions of stopping that. So we took a pause and decided like, okay, like what are our influences right now? Like, is this what we want to? I say that to say our band that we were in previously was a very hardcore punk. Our influences were in that nature, death metal, hardcore, very heavy. When we talked about like what we wanted to do moving forward, we were listening to a lot of Electric Wizard at that time, a lot of Church of Misery at that time, a lot of Red Fang at that time. So we're like, okay, well, let's like, take these influences that we have going on and kind of fucking move in this direction. Simultaneously, um, we felt like there was kind of a void in that for that lane of music, especially in Boston. And not that we were trying to fucking put a scene on our shoulder or be some fucking champion for some sound. We just were like, okay, there's not somebody doing this right now. So could actually be like a fun thing for us to do. This could be our lane. And we are fucking super passionate about stoner metal shit. So that's kind of like we're like, let's fucking keep it going. We basically it was like we want to keep partying. We love playing house shows. And that's what we were doing a lot of, like in the beginning. We were fucking playing basements and any party that would have us. And it was really just about like continuing the party, to be honest with you. Um, there was no like overarching message that we were trying to put out there with this per se. It was more so just like, let's be a fucking heavy metal band. Let's be an excuse for people to go out and party. Let's just give people a show, because we're all fucking huge music nerds. We all love going to live music, going to shows. Like I live in Brooklyn, New York. I'm at gigs 3 to 4 times a week, you know. I love being entertained. That's all we wanted to do. We just want to write shit that people could fucking, we knew they would feel and get. Because it's not, again, sorry I'm being so fucking wordy. I know I'm going on and on and on, but it's, the lyrics aren't fucking mythology and wizards and fucking, smoke rings on top of a mountaintop and shit like that. It's about like the fucking hard bullshit, or the fun bullshit that all of us deal with and can relate to. So that's really like, that's what I want. I want people to fucking feel like, oh, I actually can get this music, um, or I can relate to it. And that's not, and I always say all that and then go, literally my favorite band is Electric Wizard. So I love fucking songs about satanic vampires that drink drug laced blood and shit. Like, don't get me wrong. I love all that, but I wanted something that would actually fucking make people like shake their ass when they come see us and like really like let go and let loose type shit.